Hi there, I'm Ashley Coons, and today I'm going to talk to you about different mediums you can use in your artwork in order to create texture. So I've got some of my favorites out right here. I have Liquitex White Opaque Flakes. I have Liquitex Black Lava. I have some Liquitex glass beads, some Liquitex string gel, and then we've got Liquitex blended fibers, gold mica flakes. This is a large one. And then we have some golden crackle paste, and then some Liquitex Basics gesso. This is Liquitex Gloss Super Heavy Gel, and Liquitex Flexible Modeling Paste. So got quite a variety of things that we're going to cover today. So I will get started right away here, and I'll show you close-ups of these at the end of the video so that you can see what all I'm using. And I'll show you close-ups also of the boards as we go along. So I created a little board here with just a few of the different products that I just mentioned. On here we have gloss gel, modeling paste, opaque flakes, glass bead gel, string gel, blended fibers, crackle paste, and the black lava. So this just gives you a little idea of what they look like once they're dry. And I've put some paint over the top of these and stuff, which I'm going to do a little bit more paint so you can see how the paint reacts once the mediums are dry. But you can also mix paint in with them before they dry. So when you're using them, you can go ahead and mix a little bit of acrylic paints in or inks and get some really cool effects with them. So we'll get started here first on this board. And I am going to use, this is golden, it's a violet color. This is a fluid acrylic, so it's very, very thin. But I am going to just show you, I'm going to put it on top of this gloss gel. And then I'm going to spray it with a little bit of water to get it moving. And I'm going to grab a brush because I didn't do that. Any brush will work. So I'm putting just paint over the gloss gel that's already dry on here. You're going to be able to see that it's going to be shiny underneath, and it just looks like that. So the next one is the modeling paste. So modeling paste is still porous once it's dry. So you're going to get a little bit different effect with the modeling paste than you would with the actual gloss gel, because it is a dry formula, so it'll absorb the paint better and it'll absorb moisture. So I'm going to just use the same brush, paint over, and I just used Liquitex Heavy Body. I think it's just blue. We'll just call it blue. Okay, so you can see this one over here is still very, very shiny, and this one over here is more matte. So this one's the modeling paste. Then we have these opaque flakes, which basically looks like crushed up eggshells in a gloss gel. It's kind of a thicker paste to use. And so I'll put just a little bit of color on there. I'm going to spray this one down too. And I'm actually going to dab up some of the color that I just put down. And I'm going to move it around just with a wet paper towel here so that you can get an idea. So that's what the opaque flakes look like. The paint that I just put on just adheres around them and kind of highlights them a little bit. So this one here is the glass bead gel. And so this actually has a bunch of little tiny glass beads in it. It has a really cool texture. And I like using it, it's a really unique texture. So that's fun. I'm not going to do anything different with that one. Maybe I'll add just a little bit of this violet to it so you can get an idea of how it sits. And then again, I'm going to just spray it down a little bit. And I'll show in the video better later how it sits in between all the little glass beads. So I'm going to use my finger on this and just kind of move it around. I'm going to pick up a little bit of the color. And then later when I show you closer up, you'll be able to see the effect that created when I did that. So the next thing we have is string gel. I really like working with string gel. It creates a shiny texture on your canvas. basically you just mix it with a little acrylic paint and then I can drizzle it wherever I want and it keeps that shape, which is really cool. The next thing is blended fibers. So it almost has like a fabric or a textile kind of feel to it. I should have brought more fluid acrylics with me for this demonstration, but we'll just use this lime color, this yellow. And so again, you can mix it in with the blended fiber or you can paint it on afterwards. And I just made a really cool lime green color down there. So it's kind of hard to see in the video, I know right now, but I will show you later on. The next thing we've got down here is a Crackle paste. So this one, you get best results if you put it on pretty thick. If you do a really thin coat, it doesn't crackle as much. Another thing to keep in mind is it's very fragile once it's dry. So if you have a sharp object that accidentally punctures it, you will be able to pop up some of that crackle and some of that medium. So this is something that you'll want to seal afterwards, especially if you've got it on something flexible like canvas. If you put it on maybe like a board or something, you might not have to seal it as much, but you'll have to be really careful with it still. So I recommend sealing that once it's done. What I've got over here is the black lava. So it basically is a clear gel paste from Liquitex, and then it's got all these black pieces, fibers. They're shiny, almost like glitter in it. And so that creates really cool effects once it's dry, and then you can put colors over the top of it. We'll do a little bit of that magenta or that violet again. And so I'm just gonna rub that around, and I will take pictures of it later and show you what that looks like. So for this video, I did want to work on a little project. So this is a canvas here that I've used flexible modeling paste all over it, so it's very textured, as you can see. And then I've embedded some parts of cardboard on here with the corrugated part side up. So this is dry now, and then I just went over it with some black paint. I want to show you some ways that you can show more of the dimension in this, because it's really hard to see when it's all one color. So again, I'm taking a paper towel, and I am going to grab a lighter color here. Maybe that one. And let's do some gold. Okay, so I've got some gold, and I've got some cobalt turquoise. So I'm just going to shake these up really good. So I'm going to start with the gold because that's going to be the easiest to see on here. So there's a couple ways you can do this. You can apply it directly to your canvas and your texture, or you can apply it to your paper towel or your brush, whatever you choose to do. I'm going to put it right on my paper towel like that, and then I'll hold this up here so you can see. Then as I rub it on, you can see it's going into all these little cracks, and then I can buffer it out a little bit so that it blends in. Okay. Just like that. So now you can see a lot more of like the dimension in the piece, and I'm actually going to go over this, pretty much this whole canvas with this, and then I'll start building color on top of the gold. So we're just going to like this, and I mean, you don't have to be too gentle with it. You know, it's pretty durable, the modeling paste is, but like it is shredding my paper towel here just a little bit because paper towel is kind of delicate, you know. And it is a little bit rough, so continue like that. And you don't have to do the whole thing with this. I'm going to squirt this one right on it. You can just do parts of it if you only want part of it with the gold. But this is just the first layer of what's going to be many, many layers on this canvas. So I'm going to just cover the whole thing with gold, and if I don't like it later, I can always cover it up. That's one thing that's so great about acrylic paints is nothing has to be forever for the most part. You can go back and change stuff if you want to. So this is what it looks like now. So you can see, had a few paper towel bits on there. But you can see it a lot more of the texture now than you could before. And it's very pretty, it's nice and shiny. So next color, I'm going to go in and use this turquoise color, and hopefully my bottle's not empty. almost empty. That's how that usually works, right? So now I've got this nice turquoise, and I'm just gonna start right down here. So I can rub it on if I want, I can dab it on. For this one, I'm just dabbing it. And part of the reason why I'm dabbing it this time is because I don't really want to pick up all the gold color, I just want to add another color on top of it. So again, just dab. So I still want that gold to show through, but I want this turquoise to really pop here. And you can put it wherever you like. It doesn't have to be in any particular pattern. I'm going to grab a new paper towel. I know this is very wasteful. I've got some sponges and stuff too, but I just didn't want to take the time to have to rinse everything in between each color that I use. So we're using paper towels for that reason alone. Okay, so this one I just put that violet color on, getting it a little bit more wet because this is a little bit thicker than I wanted it to be. And I'm going to dab some of it on the other side so that I don't get such a big blob in one spot. So now I'm putting a little bit of that on. And you can wait until the other layers are dry if you want, or you can just mix them right here on your canvas. I'm just doing it like this so you can get a good idea of what it looks like if you do it this way. So that violet's really pretty on there. I'm going to pick up some of this turquoise that got stuck in the cracks there. So that gives you a pretty good idea of what that looks like. Sometimes then once I get this part all done, then I'll go over it with some white just to create further dimension from the black background to the shiny gold to whatever colors I'm adding on it. So that is what I'm going to leave this at right now. So if you have any questions, please leave a comment down below, or you can get in touch with me on my Facebook or my Instagram page. They're Ashley Coons Artist. You can just type that in. I'll put a link to them also down below on the video. And stay tuned for my next video where I'll go a little bit more in depth with some of these texture pastes. I also am going to have a video coming up showing like different kinds of tools you can use to create texture. So thanks for watching. Have a great day.